Welcome back, and delighted to have with us in the studio today our good friend, and he is Father Seraphim Cardoza. He's the archpriest of the St Innocent Orthodox Church in Rogue River. And if you're in and around Southern Oregon, we have been watching this church over the years begin to develop. Well, most importantly, over the last year or so, it's really started to come up out of the ground. And we want to talk to him about that. And people just love it when he's on. We just talk about things in general. But Father Seraphim, welcome. And we're going to go to a video here in just a moment of you kind of taking us through a little bit of a tour of the new church. But you've been working on this project how long?
About 7 years, on 20-some altogether, but 7 on this one.
7?
Yeah.
And it started coming up out of the ground this past year.
Yes.
And you're moving right along. You got bells from Russia, cupolas being made in garages, concrete coming from trucks you don't know where.
I got an iconographer that just happened to be one of our parishioners. It happened to be my, when I was evangelical pastor, my assistant pastor, who just happened to go to Russia and learn iconography. And I just happened to meet him.
Really?
And he happened to start coming to our church.
Right.
And he's doing our icons.
Wow.
And wait till you see the new cupola. You know, Perry, you've said it a dozen times. It's not just cupola. It's what it stands for.
Right. Yeah.
You know, our burning love for Christ. It's not just a cross on top of the cupola. What does it stand for? He conquered.
He conquered.
He conquered.
Yeah. And you know, this is something that I've learned to really appreciate about you and the Orthodox Church is everything you do and everything you have has a very significant meaning.
We hope. We hope. Perry, it's like anything else. You and I get along, at least I get along with you. I don't know how I did, you know, but if you didn't have the heart you do, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know yourself, you're a pastor, you have to have the heart.
Yeah.
You could preach till you're blue in the face, you could draw pictures, you could probably even have Christ stand right there.
Yeah.
And if the heart is hard, it's not going to
Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Well, I want to share with you, our viewers and our listeners, we have a video here, so those watching on TV will be able to see it. If you're on radio, we'll try to, it'll explain, but you are doing somewhat of a mini tour of this incredible parish that's under construction. Now, again, if you're driving on Interstate 5, just south of Rogue River, right next to the mill there, you've seen this thing for all these years. Well, recently, in the last year, it has really developed. So let's go to that video now.
Okay, why did I put the church here? Because I knew it would be a good spot. As a witness, as a sign to the thousands and thousands of cars and trucks that go by every day. I'd like to show the world, everybody, that God is still alive and God still dwells among men. And that's the best testimony. There's a beautiful temple built for the honor of God, our Christ. And I know that just this building, when it's finished, is way beyond our pay grade. It's way beyond our pay grade as far as finances, and everyone thought I was a little strange even wanting to try it. And it was your boss. Your boss encouraged me. And he's not Orthodox, he's a fine Christian. In my opinion, he's a fine Christian. I love him. And he encouraged me, start. And I thought, okay. After I'm gone, it will still be here. And that's what I want. I've been thinking all day about this. Our world's not in the best shape. Our country is not in the best shape. There seems to be a lot of anger and division, and I'm not even into politics. That's not who I am. But I wanted something unifying. So one of our parishioners built this. One of our converts, former Mormon, and this shrine's been here for 20 years. It's just a humble little building. We have a list here for people sometimes, different notes like maybe I'm thinking of abortion, I need your prayers, and or something like this, or going through a divorce, or there's all kinds of things, all kinds of sadness. And so this shrine is a very special place for a lot of people. This Paulina in our basement is for storage, and perhaps one day by the grace of God it'll be where we have trapeza, where we eat. And this is very interesting over here. You know, as you know, to the beauty of an Orthodox cathedral is the iconography, the reminders that we're surrounded by many witnesses in their love for God. But eventually the whole church inside will be a Bible and pictures. So happens one of our members is an iconographer. I don't know if he'll do all of them, but it's a beginning. And this is, we call it Daniel's Cave. God bless him. The first one he did was the Holy Trinity. This is a very classical icon of the Holy Trinity. The second one he decided to do, and I'm glad he did. I don't know why. For myself, I don't know. It was an icon of St Seraphim, who I'm named after. St Seraphim would say, my joy, whoever he met, whether they were, whoever they were, he would say, my joy. And that's what I want this building to show. Yeah, the joyfulness of God even. So this is where our iconographer is. He spends hours every week down there. These are, there's the one cupola on top. There's another cupola. These were all donated. We could never afford these. That will go on top of the roof of the altar. And again, there'll be another cross. We have an icon, a cupola that it's almost finished. And the same person, God bless him, and it's 12 feet high. On top of that is a beautiful cross. And that will go up. And that's what I want everybody to see is our Lord, his cross, his love, his victory. These beautiful doors were made by one of our parishioners. And the two angels, our iconographer did that real quick. This is it, Paulina. This is, I didn't want any right angles. There was going to be some. I wanted everything smooth. I wanted everything rounded, and because I think heaven is peaceful, it's smooth, it's not sharp. The poor contractor was a wonderful guy, one guy, and he has a helper. That's how we're doing it, and he does it. God bless him. Probably up there or probably there will be a large icon of Christ, the Panther Creator, he who created all. And as you can see, the roof leaks. We haven't quite finished the roof. If you know somebody that's a roofer and can find, we are looking for blue. We can get a metal roof, we can do all that, but for this composition, it should be blue. It should represent heaven. We're in an outpost of heaven. That's what church has got to be. This will be the holy altar, and again curved, and will be the throne of Christ. He's the head one. He's the man. He's our God. And again, it's domed. That's what's expensive. If I had any brains, I'd make it all easy. But I just know it has to look rounded, and that's heaven. That's going to be beautiful. The holy table will be here. Much bigger than our other church, as you know. The door hits me in the backside in our other church when I stand at the altar. But here it won't happen. I'll have room, and so we have plenty of room. And over here will be the choir. There'll be our vestments in there and some storage. You have a back door there. Here will be what we call a proscomidi table, where we prepare the bread and wine. For this room over here, where we prepare charcoal and stuff like that, a little restroom. And of course the restrooms will be outside, be two separate restrooms outside. You know, I've stuck God's neck out. I've told everybody for years now, unless the Lord builds a house, and I mean it. You know, we build in vain, but I know I have my part. And maybe I've been a little prideful in not giving more people an opportunity to help. And yes, we need a plumber, we need an electrician, professional, because we can't do it according to the laws. We can't do that on our own. I understand, but that's what we need, and we need some serious financing. But that's, when I say that, part of me says, but don't let that overcome your faith that God will provide. And that's my battle. I just want to pray and trust God so much And I made my confession on Wednesday to all of you. It's my pride that hasn't done what I'm doing right now. Yes, we need help. Yes, we need financial help. What can I promise you? Nothing except our prayers, and every priest forever, as long as this building is here, will pray for you. And yes, if you get the feeling of what this represents, regardless of who you are, you'll be part of talking to thousands every day. Maybe you'd like to have a part in something that will bring some kind of peace to people. Not just the Christians that come in, not just the Orthodox. Maybe have your part in touching someone with the peace of God. You know, I just feel that so strongly. That's why it's here. That's why, you know, we got this place. And maybe like that 80-year-old man, maybe we'll touch somebody with the love of God. And that's all I can offer people. That's what I feel in my heart.
Wow. Father Seraphim's with us today, and he is the priest there and the archpriest at the St Innocent Orthodox Church. And if you're traveling on I-5, all that noise you heard in the background, that's the I-5 trucks and cars going by, thousands every day. Yeah. And we have watched this building go from that small little, what'd you call it? The little...
It was a barn that we quit.
Well, that little thing you had out front there.
Oh, the little shrine.
The little shrine, you could go in there and pray.
Yeah.
To this beautiful building that's on the outside, and now it's coming into shape. Let me take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about where they are and some of the things that they need. And I tell you what, folks, this is a Southern Oregon testimony. And we need to rally behind and get this thing completed. We need to get it completed and buttoned up before winter. Yeah. I did notice something going through that tour. You have expanded what would be the southeast side of the building for the altar area. Yeah. You've built that on now.
Yes.
Because when I was there, that wasn't there.
No.
So it's there now.
Yes.
Okay. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
I'm Paulina Leiser, producer of Focus Today. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure to check our other videos at thedove.us.
All right, welcome back to Focus Today. Delighted to have in the studio with us today Father Seraphim Cardoza. He's the archpriest of the St Innocent Orthodox Church there on just south of Rogue River. If you're on I-5, you can't miss it. Everybody wants to know what's going on there, what's happening. The building's coming up. Those big mushroom things you see on top are called cupolas. And then on top of that, the cross. The cupola is to represent a flame, right?
Our burning love for Christ.
Our burning love for Christ.
The flame of a candle, you know.
Yeah, and then on top of that you have the cross. Anyway, I can tell you this, as I have visited their current parish, that when this thing is done, yes, it is gorgeous, but there's something more to it than that. When you walk in, you will be amazed of the beauty of it. However, it's not about beauty, it's about significance. And I think you will have a taste of heaven when you walk in there. So where are you? I don't want this thing to stall. You need money, you need a roofer, you need a plumber, you need an electrician, and I can work a shovel. What else do you need?
I need some humility. I need a lot of humility. I need faith. I need to be unashamed, my love for Christ. I need to be unashamed of trusting Christ for everything. I need to drop my, like I tried to mention on the video, I believe the scripture, and this, the Lord builds a house, he'll build bills in vain, something like that, of course. Mm-hmm. But I have my part too. And maybe that's why the video, she did a beautiful job. She's a wonderful person. And I have my part, and I've been so torn. Do I ask for help? Do I trust God? Of course I trust God. Do I trust God? Am I asking for help?
Yeah.
And so I don't want to have garage sales, barn sales, cake sales, but I want to do everything that I can do on my part. So here's my part. Yes, we definitely need, right now, we need an electrician, a licensed electrician. What do we need? Perry, we're broke.
Yeah.
How else can I say it? And yes, we trust God, and yes, by the grace of God, a little bit comes from here, a little bit from there. But right now we're stalled. We're not. We're right now. Maybe it's all about me. Maybe it's about myself. Reevaluating.
No, you know what? Let me interrupt you here. I can appreciate 100% what you're saying. For those of us who are head of ministries, you don't want to violate God by presuming on God.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss God by not being able to humble yourself to ask.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you don't want to say, well, I just don't have the faith and the trust.
You got it.
You know, and I wrestle with that here at the Dove.
Of course you do.
You know, and if it wasn't for the faithfulness of people, we just flat wouldn't be on the air. You know, and it's a miracle every week here. And so I get it. So I just want to say to our viewers and our listeners, he didn't ask me to do this. I'm doing this because I get it. I really do get it. You would bless the Dove by blessing Father Seraphim and helping him finish this building. Now, we need volunteer electricians who can get out there and do it, a roofer who can get out there and do it, plumbers who can get out there and do it, which also means might even be volunteering some of the material to get it done. And maybe the best thing you could do, you can't go out there and do any of those things, but you have the resources where you can share with them financially. And I would encourage you to really do this. This thing is a testimony, and it'll be there long beyond you and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll go on for a long time, for years and generations to come if the Lord tarries. But I just got to tell you that I know that you have had a lot of people come and help you that have no idea what Christianity is about, has no idea what Orthodoxy is about, but they're drawn to it.
They are, and you know, of course, the way we dress, the way I dress, the way draw some attention. So, literally every day, no matter where I go, someone says, "How's the church? We're wishing you well." The vast majority are non-Christians, but they're really wishing us well. And they all say the same thing, whether they mean it or not. When you're having your first service, we want to come.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got, I hope your audience forgives me bragging about you so much, because you're really not that good. I know that. but you got me started. So build it and they will come. Well, I know that. I've known that. I really want a place where God reveals himself to man. That's what a church should be. That's what heaven is. Heaven is Christ. Heaven is God. Heaven is him. All it is of heaven, revealing himself to man. And that's what I want to put there. I want that building, and it's happening.
Well, I got to tell you, I know people who drive by have no idea what it means and represents. They know it's a church. They know it's something religious. And I said, okay, what does it mean to you? And these are people that have no idea what's going on there. And here's how I would summarize those comments. It just looks peaceful.
Thank you.
It just looks like a place of peace. And I said, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's a place of peace. It's a place of refuge. It's a place of security. It's a place where you can run and hide and feel safe.
A place where God reveals himself to man.
Yeah.
Isn't that what a church should be? When you walk in, shouldn't you be walking into heaven?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you should be.
Right.
And that's, look, I still remember years ago, your denomination. I remember the first thing when you walked in was a huge picture of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those days they didn't have coffee pots and all that. The first thing you saw was Christ.
So, how do you, I don't even know how to ask this question. How do you stay patient? I mean, I wish I had your patience. I just don't. I guess God uses me in another way, but I run out of patience. I do get nervous. I do sweat. I do deal with, we don't have enough, and therefore I worry. And then I have people tell me, well, if you worry, you're sinning. And I go, well, I just shot myself in the foot. You know, you can't win for losing. So,
well, you know, we're called father, and you're the father of this ministry. And any father that isn't concerned, you can call it worry. Mm-hmm. He's not worth his salt. Of course you trust your kids. Of course you trust your wife. Of course all that stuff. But you're still the head. you know, and I don't call it worry, but I don't want I don't want God to get a black eye. I stuck his neck out when I said he's going to build this thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen. With me, they could do what they want, but I know it sounds funny to you.
No.
I want that building bit because I don't want to make him a liar or the scriptures a liar. Unless he builds a house, we build in vain.
All right. Well, that's the whole message in a nutshell right there. So let me just say this. You pray about it. Those of you that have resources, you can go to St Innocent Orthodox Church.org and you can make a contribution there, or you can call us here at the Dove. We'll put you in contact with them. So if you can financially help them, do it. If you're a roofer, you want a blue roof.
We have a composition roof being ordered. It has to be blue. Well, when it comes, it came rather, is a lot of black in the composition. So from a distance, I do not want that place looking black. It's heaven. We're in heaven, so the roof has got to be blue. We cannot find blue composition roofing. Quite frankly, to put a blue metal roof on it is way beyond our finances. Way. That would be the ideal.
Yeah.
But to do that, it's just not. I just don't see that happening. So we need an electrician, someone that's licensed. Yeah, we got people that might be able to help, but you know, it's interesting. I had a fellow, a great guy. I don't know what he was. He was Christian, Catholic. I don't know what he was. A wonderful man. And he was going to do this. And I was counting on that. And I have to admit, he had a heart attack and the Lord took him.
Oh, boy.
And I kind of went, oh. And I had to get over that.
Yeah.
So anyways.
So you need an electrician.
Yeah, we need a licensed electrician.
And a licensed plumber?
A licensed plumber. Barry, we need the finances.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I go. Yeah, it boils down to two things: money and people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't want to lose your friendship or any of your people that are watching or listening. I've had many of them say, "I've seen you on the Dove. God bless you."
Yeah.
That means a lot to me, also.
All right, St Innocent Orthodox Church.org is the website, and you can get a hold of us here, and we can put you in direct contact with Father Seraphim. But when you drive by Interstate 5, on Interstate 5, and you drive by that church there just south of Rogue River, say a prayer for them, and it won't be long. It won't be long. We'll be having the dedication service out there. I just know it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you. Thank you.
Blessings on you. Okay. All right. We'll see you next time on Focus Today.